right, Hard Truth Monday, regardless of where you're at currently, you need more aluminum foil wrapped around your head. We're talking conspiracies. I'm going to talk to you about why this matters, and if you'll stay with me until the very end, I'm going to share with you what it has to do with you and your family, and again, why it matters. This should be fun. It's going to be incomplete. I'm going to leave things out, and I'm okay with that. So let me know what I leave out and where I'm blowing it. Should be fun. Buckle up. Here we go. Today's fun is brought to you by HiddenHybridHolsters.com. Rock solid is what I'm going to say. Rock solid in their warranty, rock solid in who they are as people, and rock solid in helping you carry all day hidden and all day comfortable. You're going to love it. When you head over to HiddenHybridHolsters.com, tell them I sent you. You people, thank you for every thumbs up. Happy beginning of the week. It's a Hard Truth Monday. I am not mega conspiracy guy. Those guys are digging through declassified documents from the 1950s. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time to dig through declassified documents. But there is value in recognizing that the narrative that we're being told is not accurate. This is a little more like I talk over on Patreon. That's not a commercial, but a little more open in how I am in day-to-day life. I have 3 friends right now, at least 3, good dudes. You would like them. Hardworking, love America, solid guys. They're close friends of mine. All 3 of them roll their eyes in the back of their head. And y'all know who you are because I know you watch this channel. You know who you are, people. But they roll their eyes in the back of their head whenever I mention anything that's not conforming with the basic things that we know or that we're told or the basic stuff. And my point is just this, that the narrative that is shared at the White House in any administration, not just the current child sniffing administration, in the orange man's or the brown man before that, or the weapons of mass destruction guy before that, and all administrations, they don't share the truth. In fact, I don't believe they're even in charge. We always say that's the leader of the free world. Are they? Is the president really the leader of the free world? Really? Do you think he has more power than BlackRock? I don't know. The point is this. Those guys come from, and me a little bit, I overlap a little bit in their generation, from an era of Walter Cronkite. And I say that as a joke sometimes. Y'all are from the Cronkite era. But when we had a media that was a checks and balances to the government, a checks and balances to corporate interests, and maybe a checks and balances in some ways to the things that we don't have today. And that's gone. All media today is corporate owned and corporate driven. We saw it right in front of our face during the era, and that they were reading verbatim the same stuff. It's corporate driven media. The only thing they're here to do is to propel the current narrative, to propel the machine of income for the large structures that are out there. Don't want to get too far into that. And then also they are the propaganda wing of the government. 100%. That's not even arguable. A friend of mine, great guy, shared with me yesterday. He goes, can we not just have like one news source that actually just says, here's what happened? And I said, doesn't exist. So my point is this. You need more aluminum foil on your head. Not government declassified guy at all, but just seeing things through a lens of question marks. Is that really what happened? They share this. Is that really what happened? Because I don't really think so. You got the garbage that took place in Nevada at the Las Vegas shooting, and they talk about it for 24 hours, then bang, it's gone off the map. Yeah, that's really one guy. One guy lugged all that stuff up there, and people get so upset about that. Like, Johnny, can you not just go to work? I'm at work. I'm at work right now. I'm paying my taxes. I'm doing my best. But again, this stuff matters. I'm going to share with you in a second. Corporate-owned news, already said that. It's true. Like, these are some basic building blocks. Hollywood does have this whole thing going on right now. They're probably worshiping Baphomet on some level. It's out there way too much. We've talked about that before. The Bohemian Grove, they worship Moloch on there at the Bohemian Grove. Every major world leader for the last 50 years or 75 years has gone there and stood in front of a Moloch statue or image. BlackRock, looks like possibly last year in 2023, BlackRock purchased 30 to 40% of all housing. We've talked about that over on Patreon. 30 to 40% of all housing. That's a problem. Big problem. Also, the different neighborhoods that were burned down during Black Lives Matter, Who purchased that land after it was burned down? Chase that. Missing children in Hollywood and D.C., the numbers don't add up. The numbers are wrong in D.C. currently, today, in D.C. and Hollywood. What's going on there? We've got an entire sex ring that we know that happened, no arrest at all, probably with ties to the Mossad, probably Mossad agents, probably, not definitely, but probably. Peruvian face peelers, that sounds fun, that's interesting. That one, you can chase that, it's fun. It's also chilling, and some guys in Knoxville, Tennessee are chasing that. They actually went down there to Peru to work on that. I was talking to some guy the other day about 9/11, and they're like, yeah, that was so weird when those guys from the Middle East came over here and did. A handful of dudes from the Middle East did not bring those towers down after a 2-week or 6-week course in Florida. No. And people say, well, Johnny, what difference does that make? That was 20 years ago. It makes a huge freaking difference. The COOF, I already mentioned that. I mean, where do you start with the lies on the COOF? I already said it. The last one I wrote down here. The White House isn't in charge of jack crap. And I know guys are going, yes, we know that the sniffer's not in charge. It's actually Obama. I don't know. Show me some evidence on that. Regardless of whether Obama's pulling the puppet strings or it's Hillary, regardless of who it is, they're not in charge. There's so much more at stake. Now, said all that to say this: develop your aluminum foil. Hard truth. You need to be a little more invested in this. Again, not all the way to the 60s declassified world. I'm going to challenge you with a caveat. Avoid singular reasons. Oh, you see this? Well, here's the reason. Schools are going down the pits. Well, we took the Lord out of schools in 1962. Well, there's more there. How about the social engineering that's been done on the American family for the last 50 years? Social engineering is one. So avoid one reason or one solution. It's always layered and nuanced. All right, here's why I think 3 reasons why all of this matters. 1, it helps you understand where we're at. Where are we at in 2024? We have a child-sniffing president in an election year that is not campaigning, not debating, not out there, not fundraising, is doing nothing. Why? Well, a little aluminum foil might help. Secondly, it'll help you recognize patterns. Ain't nothing changed. It's the same garbage. It's the same pushing of cash from one place to another, the same siphoning off of power and money off of the populace that's been around for 100 years. And then finally, it'll allow you to predict what's coming. I think so. I think it'll help you, not in a prophecy sort of way, but it'll help you just recognize what's going on and help you recognize what's coming. So I said at the beginning that if you stay with me to the end, I'll say, what does this have to do with you? I think being informed in a sane way, in a logical way, in a way that uses Occam's razor, and I use Occam's razor every day of my life, that I'm not so invested in one direction that I lose my perspective. All of this in a logical way, by slapping aluminum foil on my head every darn day of my life, will help you make decisions for you and your family. What are we dealing with? What's coming? And how do we make decisions about that? Hard Truth Monday, you need more aluminum foil.
This gun fits my hand better than this one does.
Diabetes.